It's a great pleasure. Thank you first to Celia and Angela for asking me here. I'm a bit embarrassed. I give many talks, but I think this is the first one where I'm talking about myself and my experience rather than my research. And I'd ask you, if I'm ready, to think of this as a cry for help. Because I'm now in the middle of a whirlwind. I haven't caught my breath. And it's day in, day out, pushing ahead. And I'm very much looking forward to Angela, especially, and many of you helping me reflect on what's happening. It's a very 21st century journey that I'm on, and maybe today will be a learning experience for me too. But I'll briefly say then that I am a PhD in philosophy. I work in the history of science and philosophy of science, especially ancient science. I'm not going to talk much about Plato today, but I'll just give you a nutshell here. That Plato, you've heard the cliche that all of Western philosophy is a series of footnotes from Plato. More strongly to conquer more audiences, I say Plato basically invented European culture. It was the Einstein of ancient times. On the other hand, Plato is very mysterious. He writes plays like Shakespeare. So we have 2,000 pages of his words, but we don't know what Plato himself thought about it. And so every university has experts in Plato, teaches philosophy or teaches philosophy in his writings. But on the other hand, there's this great massive research effort now extending over several centuries to find out what Plato himself thought. I spent yesterday talking to Plato experts around my colleagues. Now, second thing you need to know. In ancient times, Plato's students, Plato's followers said that Plato's writings were symbolic or allegorical. And as he advanced in philosophy, he penetrated through the surface stories and find his philosophy, and they made those influenced by practice. In modern times, just as people read the Bible more literally in the Protestant tradition, they also read Plato more literally, and the ancient view that extended from the first century through the Renaissance was wholly rejected. Modern scholars would find them symbols. My story begins. I was teaching a course in the philosophy department. I was lecturing on Plato, teaching another course in history of science. I was lecturing on ancient music, and I found that indeed there is a symbolic code in Plato. There is a symbolic code in Plato. The ancients were exactly right. On the other hand, you have to know obsolete ancient Greek musical scales to see it. That helps you crack the code, and then you're in. And I tease my colleagues. I say that my work is actually quite conservative, because I'm really vindicating the ancient view that Plato was symbolic. Exactly what students said was under symbols are what I found. But that will, I think, will be the end of Plato. Just briefly, you can see that the ancient Greeks wrote on papyri, and there are regular intervals in the text that are musical symbols. Because they happen very regularly, you can step through the text and show, here you see something, now over the same distance, here you see something, here you see something. And then all together, these passages form a well-known musical scale. That teaches you how Plato is using symbols, and then you're off the way. That's another lecture. What I'd like to talk to you about today is Firestorm, attended my first publication. Very briefly then, before the publication, I gave talks at a number of universities. I was trying it out, I was circulating drafts. It's a very radical claim to make. Obviously, Plato's character existed as Shakespeare or Dante or something like that. So I'm essentially saying for the last 200 years, scholars have missed something very important. So I gave lots of talks, and at some point my boss said, after publication, there should be a press release. And I said, well, it's a press release. And he explained this to me. And my first thought was, because I work in history, science, and philosophy, I said, oh, good. Physicists will hear about my work. Maybe a couple of them will read my paper. Great, let's do a press release. So my boss sent me off, Nick Warboys is his name, sent me off to the Department of Media Relations. And I had no idea that in the bowels of the administration building in Manchester, there's quite a large number of people, 20, 30, or more people down in there whose full-time job is to turn academic research into newspaper headlines. And I walked in and explained, my boss sent me here, and they said, no one's mentioned Plato. I said, well, I had that look. No problem. But, we were talking a bit more. And they said, there's no way to explain that to people. People understand it. And I said, well, the very first time I gave a talk on this, the guy in the back of the room picked up his hand and said, wow, you've got that Plato code. And I said, what? He goes, that Da Vinci code. So one of my friends maybe read the Da Vinci codes. But as soon as I said this was media relations, and I thought it was like an army going into action. Like this. So we were off and away. So I just mentioned Michaela Sidford. I owe her quite a lot. She was put in charge of me. She's a journalist who wrote the story about the Shipman mass murders. So me and Shipman, very there together. She was put in charge of the press release. Aaron Howarth was helping out quite a lot with the director. So what happens is you go into media relations, you decide, okay, we're going to issue a press release. And then this is a very strange experience. After years of reading dusty books, ancient, huge poems, I was then stuck on this little chair with a clipboard and I said, write sound bites. And there I am, so I wrote sound bites, and that becomes the grist for the press release. I must say, when I saw what they wrote, I said, no. I said, this is going to destroy my reputation. Stop. And they put me in contact with Angela Hobbs, a philosopher who does lots of media, BBC, etc. A 2-hour therapy session. She basically was going to do all of it. So, okay. I had interview training. So then the press release came out, and I distanced myself from this. So this is what the university released. Science is going to crack stuff down. Long disputed secret messages hidden in the great philosophers' writings. These are examples of things that I wrote. Plato was the Einstein of the golden age. So she did a wonderful job creating a very accessible press release using sort of nuggets that we had talked about. And this is what created all my ideas that we kept looking at. Now, a very interesting part of the process for me was that because people in media relations are journalists, they have lots of contacts with broadsheets and tabloids. And once the press release is written, then you shop it around to journalists and you say, if you can guarantee us broadsheet coverage, we will give it to you the day or two. So it become the exclusive. I had the acquaintance of Julian Eugenie, who's a philosophy journalist, and he's got a PhD in philosophy, works for the Guardian and the FT. And I said, let's get him. And the university talked to him, and he was given the exclusive to write. And this was very important. He's well known, but also the story comes out in exclusive first, in a broadsheet first. That gives it credibility. So this is the online article. If you're masochistic enough to be interested, if you go to the Guardian's article online, so if you Google Kennedy to the Guardian, it will pop up. So this is the headline: Academic Practice Philosophers' Musical Code. A nice sound like a plot of a down-drawn novel and an academic university management relational practice. This is interesting, right? J. Kennedy says it's like holding a tune discovering new works like Plato. It turns out, I didn't know this, that the quotes you see in newspapers are actually sound bites you set writing down and you pick the ones that like it. So I've said a lot of things that are scribbled on. All right, so I was very unprepared for this. Still reeling from it. Again, I just had no idea this was going to happen. Worldwide media feeding frenzy. It went on intensely for about 3 weeks and tailed off over months. So first it spread through the UK broadsheets, Telegraph, etc. Then US and Europe, wire services picked up. The Indian wire services, 100 newspapers in India. The People's Daily in China. Science Press, because the headline is Science is Going Press, Plato, in a nutshell, invented science. So Science Press, Science Magazine, German magazines. Online, aggregators, philosophy websites, following up. This used to be very helpful. I now know that there's a path that you take. There's a broadsheet coverage, spread, and you have magazine articles. And those are feature articles where you have longer interviews with people write podcasts. I think what this doesn't hurt is that during these 3 weeks, it was completely good. Follow the ratings, you're going to share an article on the BBC, email pops up, Twitter, dig website, or two, and it's just day after day things are happening, telephone ringing, in your relations to babysitting, right? You're feeding all the interview requests come through your relations to make sure you respond to everything that comes in. So just completely, for someone who spends all his time there, much for this experience. Radio broadcast, again, to give you a sense of it, I have the diverse time zones around the world, so I'd be up at 5 a.m. in BBC studios, give a talk, and I'd be back at lunchtime and go into the studios with microphones and those sets, give an interview with someone in Australia, and you go home and the phone rings again, so the record is one day without the BBC studios 3 times, interviews for various people. So you can tell that I enjoy telling stories. My favorite story is NPR, which is sort of like the main program in the United States. They did a long interview with the music person. My favorite story is an 80-year-old aunt in Texas. She was out in her back garden doing something and had the kitchen radio on, which was popping around. And suddenly I came, and she says that she stood up and said, "Wow, Jay's come to visit." And I realized it was me on the radio. So lots of fun. Now, I'll mention this because it's connected to this talk. This happened about a year and a half ago, and as you know, we're in the labor with the impact agenda. A few people in humanities have said this can't apply to people who study humanities and medieval poetry because the Daily Mail will never write about medieval poetry. So you have to let humans off the hook. The impact agenda is not relevant. And then my story broke. Right? And suddenly now there was this fury, especially among classicists and listener, is that Kennedy's established a new benchmark for impact humanities, all these estimates of Kennedy, and called the king of impact, often long breaks. What did this mean? Was I selling out? Blogs are very important, as you know, in this day and age. There are blogs in your area of expertise, your academic area, have tremendous influence. Some philosophy. I'd like to report from the University of Chicago and Classicist's website, called Classicism, that everybody reads. And I discovered the initial reaction, they covered me themselves, and then I emailed with them, and then there's continuing to allow you to respond to those. I also, once you have this experience with the media, if you pitch articles to magazines, and they're willing to listen and say, I want to write an article, get my viewpoint at once. A little bit of fun for you. I had an email blizzard, and it's not just academics and journalists, but thousands, literally thousands of work here and what kind of people email me. And again, media relations insist that you have to stay on top of all this because the media has its real attention span. But this was my favorite. I'm working through hundreds of emails. You may know that William Morris is one of the largest talent agencies in Hollywood. And this is an actual email. This is so-and-so William Morris's endeavor talent agency email it is. The feature film client saw your amazing research, which you know the feature film using elements of research and I wrote an email back saying this is a practical joke, right? And it was on Thursday, and like suddenly I had flown someone from LA, took me out for an hour lunch. And I'm told that only 1 to 2% of the stories that Hollywood is interested in ever make it to the films. It's a very long shot, but they're still talking about it. Rather, a friend of mine wrote up a movie poster, Tom Hanks films. every month they produce a report of all colleges and broadcast minutes are tabulated by their computers that scour the web and TV schedules. So every month they put a monthly media report out, and there are other academics. There's an article on the same week that I came out on gut parasites. So it's really gut parasites. But this month was the best month ever, and roughly speaking, the outside consultant said that the free publicity that I had gotten would have cost the university £500,000 and buy those colleges. So the university was pleased, got U of Manchester name. And now, a little bit of reaction to what we talked about last night. I thought I'd say a little bit about internet strategy. Internet is extremely important for this kind of thing. The part that many of your interactions take place over the internet. What I really want, right, I'm a person-minded professor who really cares that people read my scholarly articles. So before the press release came out, I didn't really know what would happen. My main hope was that people would then go from the press release or the Guardian story to read my academic article. And so I set up a very simple website at the university. And what I just quickly discovered is that it was nowhere on the Google rankings. Even though it's not much competition with the websites, but so when I talked to people, I discovered there's lots of simple tricks you can do to move yourself up the Google rankings. The most simplest one is you create WordPress blogs and you link to your page. And for academics, if you just have one or two blogs linked to your page, that takes you out of the market. Onto the first page. But if you get to this point, there's lots of tricks you can do for free that raise your Google rankings. So I was very lucky that I was already on. Whenever people Googled Kennedy or Plato and Pythagoras, I was there on the first. There's something called Google Analytics that will help you measure the traffic to your website for free. And I was astonished that because of all this placing, 30,000 people came to my academic website and downloaded my PDF. So this was what I hoped for. I'm going to keep going at breakneck speed, if it's all right, and finish up. Again, my boss, Four Boys, is a historian of medicine. After all this happened, he came and said, "We need a literary agent." I vaguely know what literary agents were. But there's someone named Peter Talek, who's a PhD in biology, who's a literary agent from Europe. And he has a literary agent called Science Factory. And he's very pleased us putting the slide up. So all of these are academics who write books for general audiences. And then what happens is you have a talk with Peter. He says why the general audience be interested in your research. If he's excited by it, first thing I'm going to sing I know this is the way. And so then he knows the ins and outs. You write up a proposal. It's about 40-page proposal, so it's what the book would be about. And I thought he was very generous. These are all academics. The most famous one is he's still here. Simon Singh wrote Fermat's Last Code, which made over 1 million pounds. Anyway, then they call it a telephone auction. I think it all happens by email. So Peter goes around lobbying people saying, "Hey, we're exciting the book." And then various publishers bid on it. And this is, the academics are very passive in this process, they just show the end result. So Simon Schuster, big American publisher, they own the CBS television network. Bought this book. Now, that was crazy just this, so I worked very hard to get my academic book out, so I talked about that, and not squeeze time for a popular book. So I've been trying to write 100,000 words in 6 months. And the US and UK released in 2013. So meeting Jackie Collins. Tommy Schuster is one of these big conglomerates. Sells all these things. I don't even know my editor, Simon Schuster, wrote the Blueberry Success Writer Project. We often, as academics or intellectuals, we talk nowadays about the collision in high culture and lower culture. It's one of the things of this, for better or worse. Good look at the picture. These are picture associates. It is independent from Peter Talent, but once you have a book deal and US publisher, again, gives you the full credibility. And then her full-time job is she recommends to foreign publishers that may want to buy translation rights. And so, this book by the Philshire is a global phenomenon. A great place as I used to live in Tokyo, something very proud. All right, I now would like to turn, for me, so there are advantages and disadvantages to popular media attention. It's very time-consuming, but on the other hand, you can hope to inspire people to read more about philosophy and history or ancientness. But at the end of my talk now, I would like to turn to what the real benefit, I may say, for academics has been. And first, I'll mention that I'm on a perpetual tour, and that I'm very pleased that larger universities have invited me to come out. The head of the International Plato Society is a Italian professor in Brasilia now, so he'll be out there. His son goes to Israel. So I've been, every time I raise my head for my word processor, I'm driving out to give another talk. Please, we'll have a one-day conference. This is an interesting story. When I had all this publicity, of course, my first thought is, great, I want a contract for an academic book. And I emailed Oxford, and Acumen publisher, after Oxford and Cambridge, felt that third or fourth publisher for ancient philosophy in the world. But I knew the owner of Acumen because years ago I published a textbook with him. So he saw me in the news, and he came right away and basically gave me a sales pitch. He said, "You're hot. Oxford had responded to my email where he showed up in Manchester from home. Oxford would take 2 years to get the book out. He said, I'll take 2 months. I'll give you simultaneous paperback, and I'll give you simultaneous UK and US. So I went with Acumen. I'm primarily thinking, I've got all this attention, there's some ordinary people, but also hundreds of academics are emailing me. I've made all kinds of contacts. Of course, the academic paper is very radical claim. It tries to revolutionize my field. So the book would give 10 times as much evidence market. So it's very conservative the academic book out quickly what we do about this. But Acumen came through, and after a very busy time, last August, it came out. I'm very pleased with it. Acumen, I think there's a debate, right? Do you want to go with a large, prestigious publisher that moves slowly with the dinosaur development, or do you have to go with nimble, entrepreneurial publishers? But Acumen has really come through, and he's personally pushed it. Sent out 50 review copies, which is apparently a lot. I saw an article from Harvard that most academic monographs only sell. Now, if I may say, my second experience with press release might be more applicable to people. Because once the book came out, I said, well, the first press release was, I'd like all the scholars in the world to know my book was out. So I went back to media relations, and I said, let's have a press release for the monograph. And they said, well, what's new? And I said, well, it's basically the same stuff. I said, yeah, so something new. In the book, I did talk about dialogue that Plato discusses love and source. So we talked about this for a while, and Aristotle said, well, sex sells, let's go to sex. So this is mostly heroism. So more sex please the Greeks, explosion with platonic love. And this could not work as well as the first press release. I now know that it's harder to get Back to the academic response, there's so much interest by scholars that Acumen has encouraged me now to edit an anthology about my work. And I was very excited by this, but what was most pleasing is that I then, with great clarity, went around and emailed luminaries in my views and the results of psychology debate, helping on the this cutting-edge debate, really contribute to my blog. And some very famous people have agreed to contribute. This is exciting to me. I want people to look at my arguments, assess them, debate them, and so this will be a step forward. Some of the articles will come in very nice. 2 more slides and I'll finish up. Is that all right? All of us know that when your book comes out, we on Tinter books for reviews. And it takes 6 months to a year, so the first review just came out just 2 weeks ago now. And I must say, this is by a young fellow I have not met. I wouldn't pay for this. But I was very pleased. Kenny's books, the groundbreaking subject of his dialogue presents an entirely new way of thinking about it. It opens new minds. I think we were discovered before some very nice first present to go. I'm sure that future reviews. Final concluding pointers. In the dinner last night, they said they were younger people who didn't get to do it. So I thought I would just pick out a few things. What I didn't realize is that events consistently use coverage. You can't go to media relations with a good idea. An event is a publication of an academic article or a conference or a discovery or something like that. Because journalists want to know why we're writing about that, why is it news. Okay, so you have to have not just a publication, not an idea, but there have to be some event that triggers it. As you can tell from my story, I think what's all important appears to be popular media response is the book. This, the Plato Code or more subsidies or reviews. I think that all journalists start with that, right? What's the angle in? How can I explain this to people or non-academics? And so I don't think it's too much work, right? When you think about writing all the time, you basically just sit down and write sound bites. Secondly, the media is very visually oriented, something again that I've learned over time. So anything you do to make your story visual, get pictures, make videos, or as you saw, make diagrams. Popular book, in my case, was the most important, but that we could provide pictures, colorful pictures, is really what drives a lot of media. I've not broken in television, but very soon television has to be action. We've all seen these pictures of academics walking down the floor in their office. Like, that's lame, and so you need something, like a backhoe digging out skeletons around. Then you can do action. Obviously, you have to convert from, we academics think about evidence and arguments, now you have to convert to storytelling. If you're interested in this kind of thing. Something that took me a long time to understand, right? I remember I had a BBC Nightwaves interview, and the guy said, tell me about your discovery. And I began by saying, well, of course, academics will have to debate this for years before the dust settles. So we're all in the same journalists. They're not interested in intellectual take, they're not interested in problem. What they want is to have justification for the story. In our case, that's peer review. Once we say it's peer review, then we're journalists, I mean it's true. Right? And then, once it's peer review, you're in this truth-free zone where they want you to tell them why it's exciting, why it's a good story. They don't challenge you, they don't look for flaws in your arguments. But they want, once it's been peer review, they want you to get their readers excited. So people go, wow. So it took a while for me to convert from looking forward to having exchanges with intelligence journalists to, okay, what stories were there? Something some people said to me is the media has a very short attention span. We're always moving on to the next thing. So on the one hand, you have to respond right away to everything. On the other hand, don't Finally, I'd like to echo a few things that Andrew said, that we all know that academics in flux, there's a lot of pressure now, pressure to get impact, pressure to do administration. I would finally like to say that although we play these dangerous games, that in the end, that we academics are regarded as a scholarship, truth seeking, inspiration. And if either because we're doing a lot of administration or because we're seeking public impact, optimizing research, we forget that our real job are those lonely hours where we're thinking hard and trying to make discoveries that I think impact the public health. In my case, however, it's rather a clear case. I think that the impact has perhaps inspired people to learn more about Plato, all in Plato's depth, the great teachers of humanity. But it's also clearly enhanced my academic agenda, something that might have taken 5 or 10 years to persuade my community of, has now been celebrated 2 years of debate and response. But thank you very much.